Hey guys, it's Kerry and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be filming my college makeup routine. Bearing in mind this is college, not school. At college you can wear a little bit more makeup depending on the course. So because I'm at college I thought that'd be a great video for people. If you have any other video suggestions, leave them down below and we will get onto the video. Alright then, because the makeup part of this video is going to be a little shorter than normal, then I've decided I'm going to show you a really quick and easy hairstyle that also looks good. So yeah, first I'm going to be using concealer. I don't use primer just because I don't use foundation. If I'm going to use a primer, it would be when I'm using foundation, so I'm going to use the Revolution Conceal and Define under my eyes, and then the MUA Pro Base concealer on any blemishes. And to do that I'm going to be using my Sport FX sponge and my Bestope eyeshadow brush, which is now my concealer brush. But yeah, so we're going to go, I'm gonna grab my mirror. If I'm looking down, it's because I'm looking at the mirror. I'm trying to get it as high up as possible. I'm going to do a dot in the corner there and a dot for the line there. And blend that out straight away. I'm sorry about any faces I may pull in these videos. I can't help it. I'm just bringing that onto my eyelid to try and have a base for the very little amount of eyeshadow we're going to be having. I'm just going to blend that into my natural skin. I like this because it wakes you up without looking over the top. Next I'm going to use my MUA and I'm just going to pop some of that on the back of my hand. Grab my brush, take a little and then put it on any blemishes. I don't put it all over my face just because I want it to be as natural as possible. I'm also going to take that onto my eyelids just to have a tiny bit of a base. Don't seem to be many. At all. And I'm just gonna blend it with my finger a little, try and and blend it in with my natural skin. I'm going to use my sponge for my eyelid. And to just pat out any remaining, just like so. So that is the majority of the base makeup. I'm just going to powder all that down. I'm not going to be adding too much. I always powder under my eyes because they crease up so easily. So the brush I'm going to be using is my Body Shop blusher brush. And I'm just going to grab my sponge, blend out any creasing, and then powder it down straight away. I still don't add much just because I want it to be a very nice, glowy, natural base. I also forgot to mention that all of these products are under £5 apart from one thing which I'll get to when we go to the hair. And that's the general base makeup done. I don't add any foundation just because, especially because it's spring, it'll be summer within the next few months. You're going to start sweating in lessons, and I just thought this is the best look to have, which is lightweight and still adds that coverage where you need it. So the next, oh, I forgot to put my ears on again. Sorry. The next thing I'm going to do is optional. You can wear bronzer if you want. I like to just bronze myself up, especially because it is becoming spring, summertime. I want to be looking a little bit more bronzed. So I'm just going to go ahead and take my Rachel Leary palette and use the bronzer in the shade Blonde. It's my perfect bronzer shade. And I'm going to add a tiny bit of bronziness to my cheeks and my temples. I don't add too much because, as I say, it's college, so you're still going to look somewhat professional, but I just like to add a little bit around places you would normally have it, just to bronze me up. Another thing you can do, which I'm not going to do just because I prefer natural looks without it, is you can contour your nose. If I was doing my full-on looks with foundation and everything, I would contour the nose just to add some colour into the centre of my face. But because my cheeks are naturally pink, there's no point in me doing that because there's already enough colour there. So I'm going to move on to highlights. I'm using this brush that I got from a little set on eBay. They're really good quality considering they're quite cheap. Just a small little brush set, and I'm going to be using the shade Aphrodite mixed with glazed. And I'm just going to add that onto my cheeks. As you can see, I'm already shining. Add some of that glazed on top to give it a bit of a pop. As I say, I want to be really glowy, so that's why the highlighter is going on. And then I'm going to use the shade Aphrodite just to highlight my forehead and my chin, just to give it a bit of a glow. And then I'm going to be using glazed. I'm just going to add a teensy bit on the edge of my nose and down my nose, and the cupid bow. And that's it for highlight. Next are eyebrows. My eyebrows stay absolutely natural. One thing I've started getting into doing is the soap brows trend, but instead of using soap, I've been using glue. Don't ask. Although I should have really sorted this out before I come today. Just because I find that glue sticks longer and it's used in a lot of special effects makeup. And I just take a random spoolie. I'm not using my eyebrow brush. This is my eyeliner brush. Obviously I don't need the spoolie for eyeliner. But I just get a small amount on this. I've also been into waxing my eyebrows recently, and I'm just gonna stick them into place. Just like so. You could leave it like this just because it is really natural, but I'm going to show you how I fill in my eyebrows for a really natural day anyway. So if you don't want to have filled in eyebrows, skip to the eyeshadow. So yeah, I'm just going to make sure that my eyebrows are exactly where I want them. Like so. As you can see, this one is a lot longer than that one. That's because I overplucked that one, but we won't get into that. One thing I want to say is on the screen, I know this is probably a bit late in the video, but on the screen I will leave prices of the products because they are under £5, which I think is amazing. So I'm going to take my Technic Ultimate Brow Kit, and I'm going to first take the light brown colour. I'm going to first dust it on my hand first, my eyebrow brush. I'm going to take this light brown colour here, and I'm just going to fill in the fronts of my brows very naturally. So there isn't going to be much colour, but it's going to make me look like I have an eyebrow. And I'm going to go to around about 1/3 of the way in. Just like that. Like that. As you can see, the first third of the brow is filled in. Then I'm also going to dust that back on the back of my hand, and I'm going to take the darkest brown just to do the tail. But I'm not adding much, I'm just going to add it so that the tail has a bit of colour and definition. This is also going to help me shape the brows so that they're at the exact shape I want them to be. Just like that, and then I'm just going to brush through them to blend the two colours together, and that's it for the eyebrows. As you can see, I just like to extend this brow, just give it a little bit more colour. Just so that the length kind of matches up with the other one. And then last but not least, we're going to be using, that was the Technic Ultimate Brow Kit if I didn't say. I'm going to be using the Essence Make Me Brow. This one's almost run out. I have got another one. This is the first one I picked up, and I'm just going to add this on just to not necessarily keep them in place, which it does a really good job of, but just to add a tiny bit of colour on the hairs so that the brows itself looks a bit more natural and not blocky. Just like that. So next we're going to move on to eyeshadow, and I really don't do much eyeshadow for college, but you know I can't do without it. So I'm going to be using the Rachel Leary palette, which I've been using for my base makeup, but I'm going to be using a couple of colours out of here. I really don't do much, but yeah. So I think there's two things in this video that is not under £5, but if you do want an under £5 eyeshadow palette, the Wet n Wild palettes are really good. I have mine in the Walking on Eggshells. That's really good. And if you want cheap bronzers or anything like that, you can always get them from places like Essence, Body Collection. They've got really good bronzers, and I'm pretty sure they are under £5. So yeah, this is one of the only products for the makeup anyway that isn't, but you can get decent enough. So the colours I'm going to be using today are Passion Fruit Martini, Glossy, and I'm going to be using Glazed in my inner corner of my brow bone. So I'm going to start off with Glossy, which is that shimmery pink colour. I'm just going to pop that all over my eyelid. Just like so. I'm going to keep building it up until it's at the preferred build. Now, I will say you don't have to use the colours that I'm going to be using. You can use any colours you want. But I'm just using the colours I prefer. So, you can use any colour. You can use bright blue if you want. You can use yellow. It all depends on your preference. But mine is shimmery pinks. That's why I had the Walking on Eggshells eyeshadow palette, because it had a really nice shimmery pink. I would definitely recommend that though, because it is like, I think it's like £3 or £4, and it is extremely pigmented. And so I'm just gonna keep building it up a little until we get to this. Then I'm going to take my Body Shop blusher brush. That was my Body Shop eyeshadow brush, by the way. And I'm going to be using that Passion Fruit Martini, which is that one there. And I'm just going to use that a very tiny bit just to blend the eyeshadow into the skin. Add a little bit of colour into my crease as well. So I really don't need much. Just like so. As you can see, it's opening my eyes, and that is exactly what we want. And then I'm going to use my Best Dope, this tiny Best Dope brush, and I'm going to use the shade Glazed, which is my highlighter, and I'm just going to pop that on the inner corner and brow bone, just to give the eyes a little bit of a more awake look, as we all know it does. Just like so. And then to finish the eyes, I'm going to curl my eyelashes with my Primark eyelash curlers. Primark normally sell eyelash curlers for around about £1, £2. They're pretty good. I've seen some in Wilko's you can get for just over £1 as well. So there are quite a few places. And then my mascara of choice, if you want a mascara that is decent, you can go to Essence. Any of the Lash Princesses are good. The green one is the same as this, only it's not waterproof. This is waterproof. I have the waterproof one because I find the non-waterproof transfers a little bit up there a little bit more, but this one doesn't. Plus, it lasts longer because it's waterproof. So if I'm crying or anything, which I do, it's waterproof. I don't have to say much more. So I'm just going to curl the old lashes. Not old. They're 18 years old. And I'm just gonna just like so. Curling your lashes beforehand just helps the mascara. Well, prevents the mascara from dipping your eyelashes. And if you are one of those people who don't get on with mascaras, they get it everywhere, or the lashes are too clumpy, take some of the mascara off of the wand. It is so much easier to manage then, because you don't have as much product on the brush. And then you just like so. I don't add much to the bottom lashes, I just like so now that they're actually there, as you can see. So I'm going to go on to the next eye, put a second coat on because that's what I like. You can always leave it like this, looks absolutely fine. I like adding a second coat just because it makes them a little bit longer, and I do like longer lashes on me. And then we will be back for the lips and the hair. It was see you in a minute. Just like that, as you can see, they're a little bit longer now, and now we just wait for that to dry. And then the last thing I have for the makeup is lips. You can use lip balm, lip gloss, tinted lip balm, lipstick if you really want to. I try not to use lipstick at college because, as I say, I want it to be as natural as possible. And the lip gloss I've been really enjoying at the moment is the Technic Clear Lip Gloss. This is £1.9p. It is really good. And I keep it in my bag at all times. It's not sticky in the slightest. As you can see, it's really not sticky. It's clear, so you can put it on top of things. You can use it on its own like I do. But yeah, that's it for the makeup. We are going to move on to the hair. So as you can see, I've taken the braids out. Because I am on a beauty course, we have to have our hair tied back. So otherwise I'd leave it like this. I honestly would. I'd just brush the top out, just because obviously it's bedhead. I'd brush the top out and leave it like this. Because I'm at on a course where my hair has to be up at all times, I'm going to show you an easy hairstyle, which requires a bobble, a few smaller, thinner bobbles, and a scrunchie. The scrunchies I have, my mum bought on Wish, and they come in loads of different colours. They have some darker colours, they have some pastel colours, they have these colours, they have silver, they have white, they have black, they have really nice colours, but the one I'm going for today is this nice, like, peachy pinky colour. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to give my hair a nice brush out. Shouldn't be that hard because I sleep in braids to make sure that my hair doesn't get damaged. And then I'm going to go ahead, flick it back, and I'm going to bring it up into a middle ponytail, so that the ponytail's in the middle of my head. I'm going to use the normal bobble. I'm sure I got these in like a pack of different colours, like pastel colours, from Wilko's. They were less than £1, but I'm just going to secure my hair just like so. Now is the time to put your scrunchie in on top. You can always brush the ponytail out if you want. I'll put the scrunchie in on top, but I won't put it in too tight. Just twist it around twice. As you can see, I have a really fluffy ponytail. You can always leave it like this, obviously, but I'm going to take a section of hair from each side, and I'm going to do a braid. You can use any braid. You could do fishtail, you can use normal braids. It's totally up to you. And I'm just going to braid it all the way down to the bottom. The braid can be as loose or as tight as you want. And another thing you can also do is, if you wanted to not put in the scrunchie and you wanted to decorate it a bit more, you can always braid it, wrap the braid around the ponytail and then bobby pin it into place. So that is another idea for you. You can also get a few bows and stuff like that. So as you can see, it's just a random plait. I'm going to take it back, grab approximately the same amount from the other side, just grab a little bit, just like so. There we go, and I'm just going to braid that too. If you have tiny rubber bands, they will be a lot easier to hide in your hair than these bubbles, but if you want to use these bubbles, use them. You do you. You put whatever you want in your hair. If you want to put a clip in your hair instead, if you want to just shove it up on top of your head, you do you. But this is just an easy way of getting a cute hairstyle that's basic. And then we do that, and the braids will be at the side, as you can see, the cute little ponytail. The next bit is optional, but I'm just going to take some of the hairs from the side of my face. No, I'm not going to shape my face, I'm going to tuck them behind my ear. I like more of a sleek look than with all the baby hairs. And I'm just going to brush all my baby hairs forward. And I'm going to use some bobby pins, which you can get in a pack of like 50 for 50p from Poundland. It's not that bad actually. So I'm just going to grab a couple of bobby pins and I'm going to twist that hair back. Pin it into place. Another tip for you, if you find that your bobby pins don't stay in, put it in that way, not that way, because the bottom bit will grip to your hair better. And I'm just gonna do that, 2 in there, and those baby hairs are back. Just like so. So now that the hairs are pinned back, that is the finished look. So if you liked this video and would like to see some more college tips and tricks videos, please give it a thumbs up. I can make your life easier, you can make mine easier. It's a one-way ticket here. As I said at the start of the video, if you have any video suggestions, leave them linked down below and I will get back to you on that. I'm hoping to do my morning routine for next weekend. No, not next weekend, next Tuesday. As I also said, I'm uploading once a week now because I'm back at college, so times are going to be a bit different. So yeah. And if you are not already, I don't see the point in you watching my videos. If you are not subscribed, if you like what you see, subscribe and you can see more videos from me. I think that's all I have to say. I don't want to keep going on, and I will see you in next week's video. Bye!